Hi friends, Lynn from Bucket List Homestead, and look at the gorgeous day we have today for planting. We had lots of rain yesterday, but the forecast for today is sunny, about 72 Fahrenheit, a little bit of breeze to help keep the bugs away. So today is a great day to finally get all those plants planted into the ground. It's going to be a very busy day here on our homestead. Our list. But we're just going to try and tackle it one at a time and know that we also have tomorrow, because today is Saturday. So, first thing on our agenda, my husband got me a garden shed to put near my garden, because it just makes more sense to have everything close to where I work. Right now, everything's divided up between the garage, our little barn out back, and right now all the mess on the porch. That's got to get put away on the porch so our son can get at painting the porch, hopefully this weekend, because it's going to get very, very hot. We had our central air installed yesterday. Yay! Just in time, because we're going into the high 80s next week. So today and tomorrow is the day to get all the stuff we can get done outside. Shed first. Let's go do it. So I've decided I'm going to put the shed over there. So David's just weed whacking it all down and mowing it before we put it on there. And I'm already, well, I washed my hands a little bit, but I'm already filthy because for the fourth time, I just took all the weeds out of there. And there's not even anything growing in there, which is part of the problem. It's got way too much space to have weeds grow. I also found 3 or 4 sunflowers growing in there that I did not plant. I'm sure the birds dropped them or whatnot. I might just leave them to grow in there. We'll see. I am planting sunflowers this weekend. I don't know why I bother planting them, because the chipmunks and the birds have got them planted all over the property. But anyway, so we're going to get the shed together. Some days it's not very hard, rather, to get overwhelmed by everything we have to do. And it's just, for the most part, it's just my husband and I. We do get our son to help when we can, but he is a 14-year-old boy who, wait a minute, is he 14 or 15? He's 15. A 15-year-old boy. He turned 15 last month. Bad mom. We have a 15-year-old teenage boy. Any of you have them? You might be dealing with the same stuff we are. Part of it is his Tourette's, but part of it is just 15-year-old boy, and if it's not something he likes or wants to do, he's very lazy. So for the most part, it is just my husband and I. He works full-time Monday through Friday, and I try and do what I can on my own, but some of the stuff, I have some limitations, so I can't, and it's hard not to, it's very easy to get overwhelmed, so I'm just constantly taking a deep breath and just going to tackle one thing at a time today. So the first thing is getting this area all cleaned up so we can get that shed built. Okay, so it's been quite a while since I stopped the video. As you can see, Aiden's come out to help us. We've done 10 million things since just getting this ready. It's typical. But anyway, so we're finally onto the shed. So David brought dirt up from down back to put down there to level it, and we have a ton of those cement stones that we got last year for steel, and we're not even sure what we're going to use with all of them, but they're getting used. They're the floor of our barn too. So anyway, so we put those down, and now we're just getting this built. I had to clean off all the porch and everything because our son is going to paint our porch for us. We're paying him, but he heard us looking for a painter, and he's like, Mom, you're going to pay someone to paint the porch? I said, if I can find somebody. I said, I got to delegate some of these chores, I said, because there's just not enough of me to go around. He says, I'll do it if you pay me. I'm like, oh, if you'll do it, and yeah, we'll pay you. So so we're just scrubbing that all down, and well, here, I'll show you. Everything that was on the porch is now on the front yard, like all my plant pots there and our chairs, and there's the porch. We just scrubbed it. I took all the bird feeders down and hung them up over here. The birds are still confused trying to figure out where the bird feeders are. They think my planters are bird feeders. So yeah, and then all of this was on the porch also. Tote, plant pots, all that good stuff. So this stuff will all be going into there. Wave, Aiden. Day on the homestead. Okay, so we're not stopping now until we finish that shed. So I'll bring you back when that's all built. So like everything else we've tried to build lately, the shed is proven to be a little bit more difficult than we thought. So I'm going to get my tomatoes planted. So these are long keeper tomatoes. And oh boy, they're not looking so happy. So I'm glad I'm getting planted. And my friend Mary Lynn, my new friend Mary Lynn from Little Homestead on the Beach, gave these to me at the conference there, Eastern Ontario Homesteaders Conference. And these things are amazing. She harvested her last one in October, she harvested them October. She ate her last one in April. So yeah, I'm really excited to try these. And it was a surprise. I had no idea she was going to be bringing me these. So thank you, Mary Lynn. I'm just going to break off that one. And I'm trying to plant these as deep as I can. These are just 2 big pots I just got at the dollar store. I'm going to try and do 3 in this pot and hope it's right. I'm going to break that one off. Alright, I'm just going to put the tomato cages in. And there, at least I got one kind of tomato planted so far today. Our plans are changing by the minute. There we go. Long keeper tomatoes planted. I have one more I'm going to plant in another pot. And I forgot we had this. And we don't really use it for anything anymore. It used to hold all the pool toys and chemicals and stuff, but we don't have a pool anymore. So I'm going to drill some holes in this, and I'm going to plant some things in that. I'm not sure what I'm doing yet. I think it will depend on what I got left over after I start planting everything in the raised beds and stuff. So, okay, this shed. It is being a bit of a pain. It started going together really quick and easily till we got to these doors. So I'm going to plant that last plant while I'm waiting. I just realized I forgot I have crushed eggshell from all my chicken's eggs I've been saving, and I blended up that I wanted to put in when I planted the tomatoes, so I have to go do that. So this is just crushed eggshell I've been saving all winter from the chickens. I rinse them out, I let them dry for quite a while, and then when I have a minute, I grind them all up in my blender. Ideally, I would have liked to have done this when I planted them, so it would have been down in the hole, but I don't want to dig them up again. So we're just gonna put, this is probably about a tablespoon scoop, I'm gonna say. It's left over from powdered Nellie's laundry soap. I saved it because I knew I was going to need it for this. So, because I have so many plants in this, I'm going to give 2 scoops, I think. Tomatoes love calcium. So, alright. I'm going to water them just so that will go down in there a little bit. Just so frustrated with the shed, I forgot I wanted to do that. Now, I've actually seen people crack a whole egg, throw everything in there, chop it all up a little bit, and then plant. But like I said, I've been saving these, so I want to use them. That's a lot. But I have a lot of tomatoes I'm planting. I sure hope they do okay. They're not looking the greatest. Oh, they probably should have been planted, but our weather hasn't been cooperating. It's been so cold. Like, we were still having very cold nights, and tomatoes don't like that. So I've had to do a lot of in and out, in and out. So I hope they do okay. Fingers crossed. Oh, but there is something exciting to share with you. Remember, it's been, I think, 2 weeks ago, I planted potatoes, and look what's happening. They're coming up in there, and there. Not coming up in here yet, or in this one, but they're coming up in this one. Pretty much all the pots. Get you out of there. except for those two. So I am so excited, and my garlic is doing beautifully. Set you down in here and see if you can see it. Here, most of them are nice and they have a nice thick stalk. Some of them are pretty skinny, so, but a majority of them are nice. And the thicker the stalk, the bigger the bulb. So, this is the main garlic patch. I mean, look how thick that one is. Can you see that? Yeah, so that's thick stalk right there, and the one behind it. And I planted a lot, like just around in a few places, over where the daffodils are, where the roses are, in my smaller herb garden. So yeah, I'm very excited. I think this will be my best yield. I've been doing garlic for 3 years, and it seems like every year I do get better at it, and I was wrong. There is potatoes, see them right there, and there, coming up in that pot. And there are some coming up in there. They're just very tiny. I hope you can see them right there. Fingers crossed they actually will make into actual potatoes. So, okay, it's lunchtime. So we're gonna break for lunch and then get right back at it. I really want this shed done so I can get all this mess cleaned up. I mean, look at this. That's quite the mess. So we got to get that all cleaned up, and I am determined. I might not get everything planted today, but if I have to stay out here until 8, 9 o'clock tonight, I will get the majority of my garden. I'm definitely going to get my peppers done. They're going into, I believe, they're going to go, my plan is to put all my peppers into these, and along the edge here and over there, I'm going to put green beans and yellow beans, and we've got an arch we're going to put over. And then I want to essentially, basically put fencing, just netting around all this, including the potatoes, to keep all the critters out, because chipmunks are already burying sunflower seeds in the garden. I can see little chipmunk holes, so we got to get that done. So we're going to break for lunch, and then we'll get back at all the chores. Okay, had lunch, we got our energy back. We ended up finishing this. We went longer before we decided to take lunch, because I hate leaving things undone. But it is done. There it is. So I'm just going to unlock it. So happy I'm going to have a place for all my gardening stuff. And the book says we can order special brackets, I guess, to put wood shelves in here, because there are spots, and we're going to look into that, because I don't know if I think I'd like maybe at least a couple of the little ones over here, just to hold like my little gardening tools when I don't want to use them. But it also looks like maybe you can hang things, so we got to look at that too, because if I could hang them, that'd be great. But yep, there, she's done. Thank goodness. One screw that needed to get put in here is what made all the problems. Crazy. So I don't know if you've noticed in some of my videos, but we have this old swing awning structure, I guess, and the swing part broke, and we were going to get rid of it, but then I looked at it and I thought that would be a great thing to have my morning glories and sweet peas grow up around. So we're going to use this in the garden. I'm not 100% sure where. I have to plant those morning glories and sweet peas today, because they sprouted a couple days ago, so they have got to get in the ground. I was debating about putting it partly, where are we here? Over here on the other side of the garden, like over here. I thought about putting it over here, and then I'm thinking about putting loofah on either end, so that way it would have the fencing to grow along, but we won't be able to walk through here if the swing is here, through the pathway to the blueberries and everything. So I'm in a predicament about figuring out where I'm putting it. We might work on the blueberries first. So David's going to weed whack for me to get in between my garden boxes while I go get the blueberries. Okay, so the first blueberry bush I'm going to plant, it's going to be beside these three in here, is this pink lemonade one. And I'm pretty excited about this one. I hope it works. So we're going to put a little bit of peat moss in the hole because our soil is not as acidic. And it worked great for the other ones we planted. So I'm just going to do the same thing I did for them. Okay, that should be enough. So I'm just going to squeeze this box a bit. I have 3 from the original 6 I planted a few years ago. I didn't do a whole lot with them and they were in a bad spot. So I managed to save these 2 that are over here. And I thought for sure that was the only 2 I saved. But I'm looking at the one beside me. I'll show you in a minute. It looks like she's coming back too. All right. So there's the pink lemonade one planted. Finally. So this one here, a little growth on it right there. I hope you can see that in the sun. Thought for sure it wasn't going to come back, but it did. So I'm pretty happy about that. So now we got to plant the other 10 that I have. Set that there. So we just got to finish getting rid of the rest of this sod. And I'll be keeping my box, my plant pot rather, for starts next year. Oh, this one's even got a flower on it already, huh? Today. So I've got Northland blueberries, and the other ones are called, where are they? Those are all the Northlands. Chippewa blueberry. So I have to plant a Northland, a Chippewa, Northland, Chippewa beside one another so they will pollinate each other. So we're just going to get the rest of this done, and then I'm going to put peat moss over here too. I don't know why I'm bending. I can print you up higher. So we're going to put peat moss too on this ground. And then this will be our blueberry orchard. From here, where are we here? From here to here. Okay, time to start getting this ground ready. Okay. And I just want to say I've been using this for a good 2 weeks now in the garden, and I love it. That's that Rue apron. I highly recommend it. I can't wait till I'm actually harvesting stuff with it. Okay, so while David tries to get that old tiller up and running, because we decided we're going to till up that dirt a little bit where the blueberries are. It was given to us. It's worked great. It just hasn't been used in a while, so he's just kind of giving it a tune-up. Looks like he got the tiller working. She may be old, but she works great. Okay, the first one I'm going to plant is the Northland blueberry. And we're going to we've dug a hole, David dug a hole for me, and we're going to put peat moss in that hole. Northland one's planted, so I'm just going to keep going 2.5 feet apart, and I'll bring you back when they're done. We did it! We got all the blueberries planted. You're not going to be able to see them, but we used white PVC piping that are there for stakes. Once they get a little bit stronger, I will tie them just to help them through this first winter. But that's what we used. You'll never, I don't know, maybe you can see this one. With the sun there, I have no idea if you can see it. Right there, yep, okay. So, all that leftover mud that's there is going to be covered by wood chips that we're picking up tomorrow. Blueberries like wood chips, and it's a good way to help cover up the mud. I'm also going to consider maybe planting something there too for this year. Maybe some of my squashes. I might plant them there, or a couple of my pumpkins, something, because we've got still quite a bit. I didn't need as big an area as I thought I did. So I'm going to figure out something, and I will, yeah, we're going to be getting those free tomorrow from a place just down the road here, so we got to go pick them up. So I just wanted to let you know that all that mud area is going to be covered up with wood chips tomorrow. That's a lot for one day. It's already almost supper time. So I'm going to wrap this video up. Thank you for coming along with us while we dealt with our shed and got Got that. That took much longer than we anticipated. But tomorrow's another day, and tomorrow is definitely going to be a big planting day. I might just get the whole family out to help me so we can get it all done in one fell swoop. If you like this video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up and consider hitting that subscribe button if you already haven't subscribed. I appreciate it. Till then, take care, God bless, and we'll see you in the next video.